Sagittarius. Thanks for dropping in with me. I'm here to give you your bonus wildcard read for once again leading the charge and being the highest viewing sign at BroadCoven last month. And so this is my way of showing my appreciation to you for being such a huge support for the channel. You always come out, with the bonus reads so often. It's really rare that Sagittarius doesn't find the spot. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate all of you so much. And we're just going to have some fun here, okay? We're going to dive in and see what message wants to come through for you. We're not going to put any parameters around it. Just want to get some guidance for you, a message of the moment. This is for any significant Sagittarius placement, or if you happen to have a prominent placement in the ninth house. Likewise, if you are a Gemini rising, that makes you a Sagittarius descendant. And so there's a place for you in this read too. So let's just drop in on it, see what wants to come through. I did feel really compelled to bring in sort of a presiding goddess over the read. So I don't know if you're needing a little divine intervention in your situation, a little empowerment, maybe a little empowerment of the feminine principle, okay, which is all about your ability to receive, your ability to be open, also your ability to really embody your creative power, to birth new beginnings into your life. So let's just see what wants to come through here for you, and we'll dive right into it. Ooh, I like this. Dana, which is also Danu. This is the primordial goddess. This is the birther of gods. This is the queen of fairy and the mother of the Tuatha De Danann coming through here. And it says, you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. High priestess energy here. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, okay? You could be dealing with a 12th house matter. You could be dealing with a karmic cycle that you're moving through at this time. And there's something here that is a bit of a hand of fate that you're currently in the process of spinning into your destiny. And I do feel like what's really important for you to understand at this time is that you hold the power. There's something here about really stepping into your empowerment and not giving that power away to others, all right? It's about really understanding that you have your own wisdom to share with others. You have your own spiritual strengths. These are the wisdoms and the medicines that you've gained from the path that you've walked here. So this has big, like, Empress energy to me. It has big Emperor energy. It's all about really coming into that place of sovereignty within the self. And it was 3:33 on the clock. So we know we're on the right track with this, okay? You have a lot to be proud of here. I do feel like there's a lot that you're currently in the process of transforming. You've really been doing the work, and you do have something to share with others here, okay? So let's see what this is about. Let's get an overarching theme. That was just sort of the basis of the matter. So we know that whatever you're dealing with right now, it's important, okay? It's part of you coming into your empowerment on your spiritual path. It's about you recognizing the power that you hold, the wisdom that you hold. I don't know, maybe you're kind of used to sort of deferring to other people. Maybe you have been seeking guidance from other people, and there's something coming through here about really trusting your own perception of situations, your own wisdom, right? And maybe you've been working with somebody too, it's possible, somebody who's been acting as a guide or helping you navigate a situation. And while it's wonderful to have that support, do remember that at the end of the day, it all comes back to you. Okay? You have the answers. There's something about this. You have the answers within you. And that Dana or Danu energy is coming through very strongly to just remind you of that you hold the keys, okay? So I don't know if that's interesting, the way that energy kind of got stuck there. So maybe somebody has convinced you that they hold all the keys. And there's something here about, no, you hold the keys, okay? So I don't know if you've been deferring to somebody else, or maybe you've been letting somebody else have too much power, okay? Too much power over the course of your life, or your view of a situation or something. There's something about with you coming into empowerment here. Yes, okay. This is a golden opportunity that's coming your way with Yamanja, okay? This is beautiful. This is also about letting go. This is about giving over. This is about trusting the flow. If there may be something that you're releasing at this time in your life. You could be releasing a guide. You could be releasing somebody that up to this point has held a lot of power in your life, and you're sort of giving this over, you're cleansing this away, and you're trusting your own insight, your own wisdom to sort of direct the way forward from here. There is a really important door that's about to open for you, and you are being guided to walk through it, right? You are. And you're meant to walk through it on your own terms, okay? In a way that feels right for you. Don't give your power away. I feel like this is a dualistic opportunity. I do feel like there's a door of opportunity opening up for you that does promise some kind of material advancement. It does promise some kind of level up in your life. This is something that's going to take you on a whole new course here. It's a lot to step into. So with the dolphin energy coming up there, I do feel like this is about, kind of breathe through it, ready yourself, steady yourself. This may require a big leap, but there is something here with that Yamanja energy coming in that is about remembering you have a direct link to source, okay? So it's so important that you trust your own ebbs and flows, that you trust when you know you need to pull back and when you should kind of go forward, right? There's also the piece here about timing, to really like surf a wave, right? It's all about timing. And I feel like this is coming in as like a wave of change in your life. For some of you, I think of a wave, and when the wave has been built up for too long, if that recession goes too far back, then you can look at sort of like a tsunami coming in, right? And it is coming through as this. It may be a very powerful event that opens up a door. I'm almost feeling like this crest is happening within you. It's like you are the wave of change. It may come through like a tsunami. It's almost like your power has been contained for so long that it's really building up at this time. And when you really stand in your power and you let this be what carries you forward, it may be a huge wake-up call for others, because that is the medicine of tsunami. It is a wake-up call, right? It's like you're bringing a wake up and smell the coffee moment. It's like I have my own perceptions. I have my own agency to act. I hold the keys. I know what doors I need to open, and I know what doors I need to close. And I do feel like there's a little bit of a dualistic message there. Okay, but this is something that is going to carry you far, right? Whatever door of opportunity you're stepping through now, it does require you to sort of like steady yourself and just like take it, one breath at a time. I do feel like you are ready to move in this direction. And basis of the matter, we got Kuan Yin, which is all about having compassion. And every time I think of that word compassion, it makes me think of Pema Chödrön, who has such a beautiful quote where she says, if your compassion does not include yourself, it's incomplete. And I do feel like there's a piece of this here. I feel like in some ways, maybe you have given too much authority to someone else, or you've put the reins in their hand, or you've assumed they have all the keys that open all the doors. And there's something about taking this power back to understand that, no, you know the right doors for you to open here, right? And you may be frustrated. You may have been dealing with somebody who's very judgmental, or they have certain, ideas about what doors you want to open or what doors you feel you need to close. They may feel like they have more authority to be able to call these shots than you do. And this might frustrate you, but you're really being encouraged in this situation to try to have compassion for this person, because obviously in some way they're feeling disempowered, which is what makes them feel like they have to exert this kind of power over you. So do your best to stay out of judgment, and likewise, don't take on the judgments of others. You're not here to take on their projections, right? Trust the light that's guiding you forward now. Trust the wisdom of your own heart and the lessons you've been through, and try to look for that in others, even when they're being challenging, and it'll help you get through the ebbs and flows of this situation. I do feel like this is a major change coming into your life. We're going to pull out the Kipper deck, okay? We're going to do a true wild card ring. Wild card ring. Interesting. I meant to say read, but I said ring, right? And look at that. Expectation. Okay, so you might be hearing from somebody. You might be getting a phone call from somebody. Some kind of message is going to come through here. Maybe you even feel this coming in before it's arrived here. Expectation, 10 energy around this. It may have to do something with closing one cycle to begin another. The numbers 2, the numbers 8 could be significant. These could be life path numbers. These could be birth dates. These could be months. Okay, so February, that makes me think of Aquarius, Pisces. Okay, you could be dealing with an Aquarius or a Pisces. You could be dealing with a Leo or a Virgo in this situation. You could be dealing with a Cusper. You could be dealing with matters that have to do with those houses as well. So I think 2 and I think 8, the house of Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with matters around finances. Okay, some kind of decisions you're making about what to invest in, right? Something about self-worth, personal value, coming to equitable arrangements that take your needs, what's important to you into consideration. And this situation could be in play. With the 8th house, we are looking at Scorpio matters. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could also be dealing with relationship matters, particularly the more hidden aspects of relationships, the challenging aspects of relationships. You could be dealing with clandestine situations. You could be dealing with issues where some details are hidden. There's a little bit of secrecy here. There might be some taboo matters at play. This might be what the judgments are around. You know, maybe something you want to do is a little bit taboo, maybe to a stick in the mud, or somebody who has a really like narrow-minded view or perception of a situation. They don't have the full scope of the situation you're dealing with. We're also looking at matters of endings, you know, to lead to rebirth, new beginnings on the other side of that here with that Scorpio energy. You could also be dealing with matters of inheritance. Certainly that can be financially, especially with that 2nd house coming in. But this also could be in relation to like birthright, you know, something that you're meant to activate at this time. There's some door of opportunity opening up for you, but it does require you step into your power. Ooh, and with that, we've got great fortune. Again, 8 energy. Okay, so this does level you up. There's some great fortune on offer here. Again, we got the 2 energy, Aquarian energy, Piscean energy, life path 2, life path 6, life path 8 might be coming in there. June, okay, you could be dealing with a Gemini. You could be dealing with a Cancer in this situation. There's some great fortune that's coming through here. There's some kind of blessing that's being poured out into your life. It's coming through as an opportunity. But there's a little something you have to navigate here. It's a little tricky, okay? I do feel it requires you to step into your power in this situation. So let's get some more details about this great fortune to help Sagittarius navigate this. I do feel like whatever this opportunity is that's coming your way, it really is going to change your life. Now, this opportunity, you know, it could be that it's something that's only presented to you and others can't step through this doorway with you. So if you are dealing with naysayers or judgment in regard to this situation, it could be because of a little bit of envy, or others don't want to see you advance in a certain way, so they might be trying to hold you back, okay? Or you could be dealing with a situation, especially if you're dealing with any matters that involves a divvying of assets, whether that's negotiating terms of a financial contract with a privileged lady, perhaps. 12 energy there, 12th house energy. Could be dealing with a Pisces. You'd be dealing with a life path 1, a life path 2, okay? Could be dealing with an Aquarius. I don't know why I said Aquarius again. I meant to say Aries. Okay, you very well could be dealing with an Aquarius, though. Aquarius did come out pretty strongly. This definitely could have something to do with some kind of ending. This could have something to do with an inheritance here. I do have to say that, right? We do have the Coven here. Something's come to an end. It could also be that a privileged lady who felt like they should have, you know, more say-so in a situation or have more access to something, or that their needs should be more important than yours. Somebody's like getting, you know, getting schooled about how it really is in this situation. You could be dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could be dealing with a Pisces in this situation. You could be dealing with a Gemini. I think there's some communication coming in around this. This might be a challenging situation, I have to say. It could also be somebody life path 1, life path 2, life path 3, all right? The 12th could be a significant date. Something may have come in around the 12th, you know, that highlighted a need to negotiate terms of something, or made you realize that something's just not equitable in this situation. Something could have come in on the 19th as well, okay? Actually, something could be going down today. You might have some kind of communication that comes in today. Today is the 19th. That lets you know something needs to change, like something is not able to be worked out here. With the privileged lady, it does really give me the vibes like somebody feels like they should have more privileges in this situation, or they're come wanting to set things up on their terms, and it doesn't really take into consideration your position or what's right for you. And with the messages that came through about really stepping into your power, this may be somebody who's holding too much power in this situation. And it's giving them a false sense of privilege, you know, where they feel like their needs or their desires outweigh yours. And that's not what's going on here. Something needs to be renegotiated here. You may need compassion in this situation. This could be a really judgmental person that you're dealing with. You know, this may be somebody that's just used to being in that position. They're used to things being handed to them. I don't know. Maybe they grew up in that way where, you know, people catered to them, or they were always spoiled, or they always got their way, or something like this, okay? And it's difficult for this person to understand that, no, you know, real life doesn't necessarily work like that. It doesn't always work out to your advantage. You don't always get your way. It's not always about what's best for you. You have to take other people into consideration here. It's got a little bit of a bratty vibe to me, I have to say. That's sort of what's coming in here, all right? Try to have compassion. I know it's not easy if you're dealing with a character like that. 1844 on the clock. You know, this is a bit of an education for them. You know, it might not be easy for them to not get their way in this situation. You know, maybe they've been very resistant to you taking a particular action, or maybe they're very resistant to see you get a particular opportunity that they just feel like, no, that should be my opportunity, right? Could be coming through in that way as well. All right, let me do a cut of the deck and see what we got here, and then we'll dive into it with some tarot. Imprisonment, and then on the other side here, concern, okay? So I think what you're really concerned about in this situation is that your needs aren't being addressed here. You want something to come into alignment here, all right? I do see you're considering a building block for your future here. Got 6 energy coming in there. This could be life path 6, life path 3, 3rd month, 6th month. Again, you know, we got these energies coming in. Gemini energy coming in there. Could also be dealing with a Pisces, okay, possible. Yep. Or somebody in life path 6, life path 3, 11 energy, right? Somebody here feels like whatever this arrangement is, it's like a binding agreement. You know, it works really well for one person. For another person, they feel stuck, they feel trapped. And I do feel like there's something you need to figure out here. Okay, so you don't end up in a position where you feel like you have no room to maneuver here. If somebody is taking too much liberty in this situation and it's not really considering your needs in this matter. There could also be something here that you're learning about where it could have something to do with like a transferring of funds or assets where something was done sort of like, you know, cutting some corners, and it gives you concern. Like you really see that this could be some legal trouble as well down the road. It could potentially be something that has to do with an inheritance, all right? I think whatever this is, you're wanting to nip it in the bud before it becomes a serious problem, a serious issue. You have concern about this. There's some kind of message coming in regarding this. This could also be like a privileged lady who just thinks, you know, oh, I can get away with it. I can do whatever I like, you know. I'm never going to be held accountable. Well, that time's up. Like somebody is being held accountable here. They do have to own their actions. Potentially, there could be legal ramifications in this situation. Could be a Virgo with a 9 energy. Could be a September Libra. Again, Piscean energy coming in there, as well as Aquarian energy. All right. So any of these characters could be playing a role in this situation. I think something is about to be highlighted or initiated with some communication, and it's coming in really soon. Whatever comes in here, it's the end of one long road and the opening of another. I got that. And it was 22:33 on the clock. So I feel like whatever you're ending now, it has real like finalized like ramifications here. And wherever you're heading as you step into the new cycle, it's a long road ahead. You're about to open up a whole new journey in your life. 22:44 on the clock, right? So yeah. And whatever you're stepping into, it's some kind of high honor for you. This is something that's been marked for you by spirit, right? I do feel like you might be dealing with a situation here where there's a little bit of jealousy or there's a little bit of envy with that privileged, you know, lady. It's almost like maybe somebody tried to like get in the way or steal an opportunity from you, or sort of like push themselves to the front of the line and maybe make a case for why something should be going to them, why, you know, they're a better fit for this position, something like this. You're dealing with some kind of element. 23 on the clock, but this is about to change big time, okay? It's switching up here. You are walking away from something. At one point, you invested a lot of energy in this direction, but you're trusting your own wisdom. Whenever I see this character walking off with that staff, it really does remind me of that hermit energy, you know? When you really just have to trust your own internal knowing, and you have to trust the light that's guiding you forward here. And I don't know why I got this message, like you might have been trusting somebody else's light or somebody else's wisdom to sort of point the way for you to move, you know, give you the directive that you need, help you make the choice you need to make. This could be a privileged lady. You might be starting to realize that this is working out a lot more for that character than it is working out for you. And so there's something you need to question here when it comes to making your choices. I do feel like you're walking away from something, right? And it's something you invested a lot of time and energy in, and it's not a decision that you're taking lightly. I think you are exercising a fair amount of compassion in this situation. You know that there's sensitive feelings involved in this situation. It's not your desire to hurt anybody, but in a way, you're sort of like hurting yourself by staying stuck at a particular post or doing what works for somebody else, but it isn't really working for you. This is kind of how the message is coming through here, right? So let me get some more details here for you, Sagittarius, just to help you out. I mean, I think you're meant to go on this journey. You're meant to open up this door of opportunity that's coming through for you. It's taking you to a place of high honor. Somebody does see what you have to offer. They know that, you deserve this opportunity, and it is earmarked for you. It's got sort of like birthright sort of vibes, okay? So whatever this blessing is that's coming in for you that allows you to step into greater expansion and elevate your position in life, you deserve it. And don't let anybody make you feel guilty for that, or try to talk you out of it, or make you feel like you have to compromise it in some way or cut them in on it, anything like this, okay? No, it's okay for you to receive. I mean, that message came in really strongly in the beginning, just because I felt pulled to bring in a goddess energy for you. So, I mean, you do deserve to receive this. Again, you could be dealing with a karmic matter. You could be dealing with a matter where you got a bit of a hidden enemy working against you. Now, I see this could be working two ways. You could have somebody that makes it seem like they're in your corner, but this is somebody who's got a sense of privilege, and they're guiding you in such a way that it really works out better for them than it does for you in this situation. They have more to gain from guiding you in a particular direction than you do. And you know it. Deep down, you know it. But this is about trusting your own wisdom here, okay? This could be somebody that feels jealous about the opportunity you have, and so they're trying to sabotage it. They're trying to thwart it. They may want to cut in line for that opportunity. So do question that, where you have suspicions in that regard. This can also be your own inner saboteur. This can be the subconscious influences you have that make you feel like you don't have a right to receive, or you're less than in some way. This can be just BS programming that you took on in childhood that's still sort of like running the inner narrative of your life that makes it hard for you to step up to the plate, except that I really do deserve this opportunity. I deserve this level up in my life. I deserve this great fortune. This is for me. I do feel like there's a little bit of confusion around this situation. There's a little bit of smoke and mirrors, and where you feel like somebody might be kind of spinning something more to their advantage than it is to yours. You should trust that. You could be dealing with a Cancer. You could be dealing with a Pisces. Those energies have been coming in pretty strong, okay? We got 18 energy here. So yesterday, it's really interesting. It's like something may have gone down yesterday that got you thinking differently about something, all right? And there could be something, that's coming in today, like a message that's coming through today where you're like, I know what I need to do now, I need to issue a message. I need to put something out there, or perhaps you're going to receive something from another. Whatever you receive here, it may initially make you feel like a little bit confused. But another aspect of the moon that a lot of people don't look at is, first of all, we got that full moon in Capricorn that's going to start building tomorrow night. All right. And there's something here about really taking a particular situation that maybe has really challenged your resilience. Because I think of Capricorn, I think of the goat, And I also think about, in order for you to enact this dream and step through this door of opportunity, you got to embody a bit of that goat energy. I mean, why can't you be the greatest of all time? There's something here, maybe like I said, this privileged lady, maybe she's used to always, getting her way. She's used to always being the one that has the opportunity. She's the one who normally benefits from situations. And this time the opportunity's going to you. Somebody's a little bitter about it. 2911 on the clock, okay? 1111 energy. Whatever this is, it's not this person's opportunity. It's your opportunity. And it affects your life. And I feel like whatever this is, the decision you make, it affects your life for a long time to come. It's a journey, man. This isn't something that's minor here. It changes your experience. So you do need to be very mindful about this path. It is a gateway, it's a gateway of initiation. It's also empowerment coming through here, and I think of the moon energy, the fact that the goddess wanted to come in, right? It's like that feminine empowerment. And that applies for you too, men, okay? It's about being able to really receive this. That's what it means to be in the feminine energy, to be open to receiving. It's great to give. It's great to take charge, okay? But you also have to be in a place where you can really let like that that energy back in and trust that you deserve to receive this. You're worthy of this opportunity. And if you pass through this gateway and you overcome your fears, you know, the places inside of you that tell you, oh, you know, I'm an imposter in this situation. I don't have what it takes, or maybe they're right. I should let this pass me by. You know, maybe somebody's trying to talk you out of it, okay? And it's something that's really good for you. You need to really, you know, question that. You know, anybody who's trying to slant a situation, right, where they stand more to gain from, you know, getting you to pull your energy out of the opportunity than actually go for it, you need to question that, okay? So have another look at this, because there is confusion here. But I do feel like something is coming to a head here for you with the full moon, all right? And it's a trajectory shift. It's about getting you on the path you need to be on, right? Something's being called into question here. I feel like you're pulling out your investment in one direction to head on another path, because you see a doorway of opportunity that's opened up for you here. And you should expect some message to come in around this. And again, bottom of the deck, there it is again. The 8 of Cups, okay? Yes, okay? There is some kind of, you know, information that's coming in here. You're learning about something, okay? It's an opportunity that's coming in here with the Page of Pentacles. You could be dealing with a Taurus here, just because we got the Hierophant coming in there as well. There's some opportunity for cleansing away the old cycle, and it brings you personal fulfillment. You may have a strong Taurus placement in your chart. I also feel like, again, this is dealing with that house of Taurus, the second house. This is about your assets. It's about your finances. It's about where you invest your energy. It's also about your self-worth and what you really value, what's important to you, okay? It's about you really being in that empowered position. Whatever you're investing in here, okay? And I feel like this Ace of Cups is really representing this opportunity that comes in for you to experience personal fulfillment, okay? Because that's what the Ace of Cups is about. It's about filling your cup first before you sort of think about what other people need in a situation. And I do feel like this is what's coming through for you, Sagittarius, that you're supposed to put yourself first in this situation for a change. And there's something that does need to be cleansed here, right? And there is some kind of higher guidance coming through for you in this regard. So I think whatever this door of opportunity is opening up for you in your own spirit, in your own soul's directive. You know, I need this. This is right for me. And yeah, there may be a learning curve with it. And it may all feel brand new to you. It might feel brand new to you as well, to really just step into your own inner authority and chart your own course about what you want to invest in. Some of you have a history of sort of deferring to others, or maybe you went through an experience that really made you feel disempowered, and it's taken a long time to get back to the place where you feel like, you know what? I really do feel like I deserve this at this point, and I want to take this opportunity, right? So this is really about trusting your own judgment in this case. I do feel like whatever door you're stepping through at this time, you're going to learn a lot from this, right? And you're just at the beginning here, but it does have the stamp of approval from Spirit in this regard. And there is something here about 2 keys, okay? These are keys that open doors. They can also be keys that set somebody free. We did have that cell there, okay? So I believe, though, it's really about you setting yourself free. It's almost like you allowed yourself to be put in a cage, you know? You allowed yourself to sort of be compartmentalized, or to be put in a situation where you don't have as much freedom to really shape a situation in a way that really does, you know, support you, feels good to you. And there's something that's getting turned around here so it's more equitable. Look at this. That's your energy. Or I like this, okay? Page of Wands. You may be the one that actually issues this message. You know? You may be the one who actually makes this call, that reaches out, that sets something in motion here. You're educating somebody about something, you know? You might be educating Taurus in this case, okay? You could also be educating like some established organization. This could even be like talking to your boss or talking to the higher ups or some kind of outside authority, you know, maybe somebody who's put themselves in a position of authority in your life, and you're kind of saying, no, I'm taking back the reins here, and this is how it's going to go. Let me tell you how it's going to go here. This is what I'm willing to invest in. This is what I'm willing to do. And this is what I'm not willing to do. But it's got to work for me. All right. I got to feel like, you know, this is working for me. It's got to be an even exchange here. It's got to be give and take. And if not, I'm walking. Okay. It's how the energy is coming through here, Sagittarius. Okay. You could also be dealing with another fire sign in this situation too. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's possible. That's a pretty clear picture here. Okay. So it looks like there's some opportunity coming in here for you. You got to act on it. Once you go through this door and say yes to this opportunity, it's going to be with you for a long time. So we know that the decision you make here is really important. There's something about getting more aligned with your own personal empowerment, knowing in this situation what works for you. Maybe you're not used to operating in that way. Maybe you consider others too much in a situation, and you're being really asked to, you know, look at what's going to be fulfilling for you, what's going to work for you in this situation. You got to pour into yourself first. An empty cup can't quench anyone else's thirst. So don't think it's noble to be a martyr in a situation and sort of like hold yourself back so others can advance or get what they want. This is about you considering your needs and what's really going to work for you. I do see you leaving something behind. And it is something that you invested in for a long time, and you're really at this place where you're like, this doesn't work for me anymore. It's time for a new journey. It's time for a new road to open up for me. I'm ready to head down a new track. I'm ready to head toward my North Star, you know? I'm ready to enact my destiny and what feels right for me. It's time for me to feel like, you know, I'm fulfilled and I'm doing what I need to do. And again, I like this high honor. Ooh, beautiful. Look at this. Yeah, you're like, I'm ready to have my happy ending to the story. I'm tired of, you know, letting my story unfold according to what everybody else wants. You know, it's time for me to really think about what I want. So you're taking some time here with whatever this message is and opportunity that comes in here. I think you're really taking this opportunity to put the world in your hands, so to speak, and really get a clear vision of what would true success, true fulfillment look like for you. And it's according to that that you're going to set this track. I do feel like this is going to be very successful for you. Whatever you decide here is going to be the right choice. It's really about trusting yourself and what you know you need to feel fulfilled in a situation. And it's sort of like there's this promise coming through that as long as you stay true to that, Spirit's going to stay true to you and you'll be blessed up big time. All right. There's something here that really gives you a reason to smile. There's something here that gives you a reason to feel like, you know what? Getting through the storm was worth it. Because look at the beauty of what's on the other side of that. And you're meant to really receive this. You've been through a difficult passage here. And there's something that, you know, it's your time to have your moment. I really feel that. All right. So don't sell yourself short. All right. Don't sell yourself short. Cut the deck here. You've earned this. You've earned this. All right. It's not a privilege. It's not an unfair advantage. You've earned this. And that's something here that you really need to remember. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. This is tangible. This is a new beginning. This is that golden opportunity. It's up to you though. Do you want to plant it? If you plant it on your terms and you do what feels right for you, look at the growth. There's nothing but abundance and growth here. But somebody is trying to offer you, you know, a gross cup. You know, it's a little bit illusory. It's this privileged lady, whoever this privileged lady is, whatever they're offering you here, you know it's not going to be the celebration you want it to be. This is not the coming together you want. This is not your vision. It's something that works for somebody else. It works better for them than you. And so where an offer's coming through and it feels like, no, that's not good enough, or that doesn't meet my needs in this situation, or no, it's not the celebration I'm hoping for. It's not this coming together I'm hoping for. Don't accept it. And it's sort of by you, really knowing that you're worth more, that you deserve more, that more is delivered to you. And you come into this great fortune and this new opportunity. So you might have a little test that's being presented to you. It's like life saying, how much do you feel like you really deserve? That's going to determine the opportunity that opens up for you here, okay? And there is something that does need to come to an end. And there needs to be acceptance around this because there hasn't been a sense of equality in this situation. It says acceptance and equality, Lady de los Muertos. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio in this situation. You had Taurus come out pretty strongly. This could be a Scorpio rising you're dealing with in this situation. This is also matters of, respect what is coming to a close. There is maybe, even though you need to diverge paths from one direction you thought you were heading in, there's still this need to have some compassion, even if somebody's being difficult in this situation, try to have compassion. This person is operating with their own lessons, things that they need to learn. And it may not be easy for them to see you choose another direction that you want to head in, but this is important here. And whatever you've been dealing with, whatever's coming to an end here, I do feel like though you have a reverence around what's coming to a close, at the same time, you're glad it's coming to a close because there hasn't been equality here. And now you're balancing things out, okay? So overarching theme for Sagittarius in this situation, overarching theme for Sagittarius. I like this. Whatever's opening up for you here, it looks really good. It may even involve going on a trip, okay? Yeah, I mean, like I'm saying, the love here is eternal, okay? There's something here about, there's no love lost in this situation. You may need to, move on, move on from one time in your life, one relationship in your life, one chapter in your life, and it's time to open up a new pathway. It doesn't mean that there's any love lost there. It just means love's gone through a transformation, and now the love inside of you is calling you forward in a different direction. Sometimes ending connections or ending relationships, that can feel like a death. It can. It can be difficult, even in a relationship that's continuing on. Maybe a relationship you've been involved in has gone through a complete restructuring. You're both growing, You're not the same people you were when you first came together. And that too can feel like a death, when you're going through a lot of growth in a relationship. But there's something to remember here, and that's what brought you together in the first place, and to kind of, stay connected to this. It says love is love is love, and it transcends physical death. So yeah, something may be ending in the material. You may be leaving one relationship to head in a new direction. You may be getting off, one path that you thought you were going to invest in a new direction. You may be leaving behind a job that you've been at for years. You feel like family with everybody that you've been working with. They don't want to see you go. They'd rather have you stay. They're trying to give you the advantages of staying, and yet like this isn't going to be in my best interest, okay? So there's something here about not losing the love and not losing the lessons and not losing the sense of connection, and really having a respect for what was gained from whatever's coming to a close here. But it's also about understanding that this transformation is necessary. And even if you're just going through a growth process in a particular connection, whether that's with a lover or whether that's with a business partner, a family member, or a really dear friend, it's also understanding that there's endings and new beginnings in relationships at all times. And as long as you stay focused on that connection and what really matters at the end of the day, you can weather these transformations and come out the other side with something so much better. 44 on the clock. And if you are dealing with matters of inheritance, okay, I want to bring it in just because this came in. It could be an ancestral matter that you're dealing with. You could be finding out that you've been named as executor of a will, or that you stand to benefit from something that's been left behind, or maybe a bigger blessing was left behind for you than for another who thought they were kind of privileged, or they were the ones who should have this gift that was left behind by whoever, decided, the terms of those arrangements. There's something here about remembering, like, no, this is your inheritance. Like, this is your birthright. This is what has been earmarked for you. And you shouldn't feel guilty about receiving whatever this gift is. I do feel like it is something that really levels you up in the material. For some of you, it could be a house, okay? Because we have hearth here, happiness in our hearts and homes. So I do feel like there's something really getting rooted in material reality here for you. There's a path that you belong on. There's a place where you belong. There's somebody you belong with, I also see this as really finding that place called home, which to me is really stepping into your north node, stepping into your destiny, knowing what path you belong on, and that it leads you to that place that feels like home. And there's something here that's totally protected for you with the gargoyle energy here. And it's going to bring you a lot of happiness, and it really shores up your stability. I know that part of this picture does involve coming into some kind of real financial stability, material stability. You got a home, you got a place where you can rest your head at night, There's some kind of long-term security that's being set in motion here too, and it feels good. And you deserve this, okay? So don't let anybody, sell you short in this matter. I'm going to go ahead and do one cut of the deck here just to cap this off with any final messages, and we'll close this out. Yeah, I mean, you have to be aware of this, all right? There is a little bit of mischief and play involved in this situation, right? And with this ghost energy here, I think this is, this is an old ghost you're dealing with here. It's time to give up the ghost, okay? This could be a situation that, has kind of haunted you for a while. Or maybe there's something here you really do need to finally just address so it doesn't haunt you anymore. You know what I'm saying? There is a little deception in this situation too. There's a little devil you've danced with before here, but you're not going to be fooled again, okay? This is about you taking your power back in this situation. Do be aware, you have to really, step into your power in this situation, because there's a little bit of funny business going on here, all right? And I think this will come to light for you with the skull of light. It leads to a certain illumination. And again, we got that full moon energy coming in. So do be on the lookout for this. I don't think you'll really go wrong here. There's some big bless up energy coming in here for you. The only way you can sabotage it is if you let somebody else chart your course and you don't listen to your own guidance. If you let somebody else call the shots and hold the keys to your door of opportunity, then you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. I think I want to get you some angel guidance. I know I said that was going to cap it off, but I do feel like this is necessary. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles, okay? Your security is important in this situation. You can't negate that. And there is something here. It says deliverance for prosecution. Not prosecution. Persecution? Is somebody being set up to take a fall so somebody else can, step ahead? Okay, you need to be aware of this energy. It says cures mental illness and self-atonement. So to me, I feel like this is like the ways that we keep ourselves stuck, the ways we limit ourselves by, telling ourselves, oh, I can't do that. If I do that, it's going to upset this person, or they're going to take it this way, and then it's going to be problematic for this reason, or I can't step into that. Maybe they're right, Maybe if I do go down that road, I'm going to fail, and then that's going to be embarrassing. Stuff it. This is sort of like just trusting your gut instinct. This is what will deliver you, okay, from persecution. You don't need to be anybody's whipping boy. You don't need to take on the judgments of other people. You don't need to be made out to be the bad guy or the bad girl just because you're choosing to go down, your own road. And you're trusting what feels right to you and what feels fair to you. Maybe other people aren't used to you acting in that way where you really think about, well, this is what I need here. But it's high time they do, okay? Because I think you've let people kind of like hitch a ride on your generosity for too long. And this is about you sort of thinking for yourself for a change here, right? And this does sort of have the message about, only you can set yourself free in this situation. Also, with the Four of Pentacles, I do feel like, you might need to take a risk. Yeah, absolutely. It might feel like a lot to step into this, or really just to declare like, no, I deserve this. Maybe you don't feel it's fair, but this is what's been decided. I'm ready to receive it, There's something about this, okay? I'm going to get one final bit of angel advice for you here. You need some angels on the outfield in this situation, but I don't know. I have every faith in you. This looks really good, okay? You're ending a cycle in your life. It feels like it's a big cycle, maybe even years that, you sort of moved a certain way, or let somebody else have the upper hand in your life, or let some outside entity call the shots about your existence. And it's like you're taking the reins back, and you're moving the chariot forward on your terms, in a way that feels right for you. And you're ready to take this opportunity, this gift that's coming in for you. It's a blessing, And nothing could be worse than to, send up prayers and wishes for some like new beginning, new hope in your life. And then it's like it gets delivered to you through this door of opportunity. And then you turn it away because other people have a problem with it, or they feel like they should have that kind of opportunity, or they're jealous of it, or whatever it may be. Or they try to sort of play on your insecurities and tell you all the ways it could go wrong, or what you don't deserve in this situation, and why you need to defer to their judgment. Nonsense. It's about you bringing these karmic cycles and these fixed ways of looking at things to a close. This is what brings you success with the world. You got that world in the palm of your hands. It's up to you. It can be whatever you want it to be, okay? You could be dealing with a fixed sign energy in this situation. You could be dealing with a Taurus, dealing with a Leo, an Aquarius, Scorpio. I mean, all of those signs came out pretty strongly, except for Leo. Leo's kind of brand new, but I have to say this might really come to a head in Leo season for you. Okay, so I think that August is going to be a power month for you, when this new path really starts to open up for you and you step on this road. And it's a road you're going to be on for a long time to come. It brings you a lot of success. Okay. Any further guidance here for Sagittarius? Oh, I love this. It's interesting. That card, that angel card, flew out and landed right on top of these keys. And see, there's the Page of Pentacles here. So this card always reminds me of the Pied Piper. So I think somebody's trying to like get you to follow them and go in their direction. It could be an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You may have a lot of loyalty to this person. You have a good friendship here. There's, the desire to, maintain this connection. You may even want to get back on, the page with somebody in a way where it feels good, where you can reconcile your differences. I would just say in regard to this, be careful that you're following your path and not somebody else's, all right? There's something here about you should be able to still follow your own directive, your own wisdom, your own soul's urges, and still be in this place where it doesn't have to compromise the friendship, the connection. And if it does, if you're being asked to do something, to follow somebody else's lead, and it doesn't feel right to you, and it is going to compromise the friendship or the connection, then you have to think twice about that, okay? I really feel that strongly. What is this card that landed on top of these keys back here? Yeah, Five of Wands in reverse. This is about, there's no need for competitiveness in this situation. There's no need for fighting. There's no need for any of this. It's like, this is about you really feeling out what feels true for you, okay? And there is a bit of ambition that's getting in the way here. Like somebody really wants something their way, and they're very stubborn about it. It's got my way or the highway kind of energy there, where somebody only feels like they should be the victor in this situation. Like it either goes this way or it doesn't work, And that's because this person has a false sense of privilege. They always think that things should just go the way they think they should go. And it's not happening that way this time. It's a wake-up call for this person. I got that. It was 55:11 on the clock when that came in. Your alignment with your power and a door of opportunity for you is somebody else's wake-up call. It's the ending to, them always getting their way. That's what I feel is coming through here. They are not going to be able to strong arm you this time. They're not going to be able to withhold their affection or their attention or, bully you into doing things their way. It's just not going to happen. And that, they're not giving you all the details in this situation. There's a lot of ambiguity here. You do need to sort through that. Don't let them hold the keys here, or you're going to find yourself trapped in, a limited mobility. That's what it's got. It's not enough room to maneuver in your own life. Could be stuck in a contractual agreement that doesn't feel fair. Just stuck in a situation where you're going to feel bitter about it. But everything coming through here is saying you have the power to really set things on the right track on your own terms. And you do need to remember that here. Yeah. And with this, we got the King of Cups. Okay. And it says right here, restitution. Finds stolen objects and discovers the person responsible. All right. So in some ways, you're the one who's responsible. You know what I mean? It's like you don't trust your own heart enough, your own need for fulfillment enough, what your own soul tells you, your own intuition, that Cups energy. What you really want, what feels right to you, what you truly desire. Your desires are important, right? And maybe you feel like opportunities have been stolen from you, or a certain happiness has eluded you, or it always goes to somebody else. But how many times has that been because you followed somebody else's directive? Or you let them have their way? Or just for the sake of keeping peace, you let somebody else's desires be fulfilled and you bypassed your own. You might discover you're the one who's stolen these opportunities from yourself. And it's about you really trusting yourself and knowing that you deserve to have your cup filled too, okay? And I feel like your cup is being filled here in a big way. And what I really think is coming into view for you is a restoration of your personal sense of empowerment. And it's also you just really trusting yourself that you know the path that's right for you, and you know your true worth, you know your value. You know that you deserve this honor, this blessing that's coming into your life, and this new golden opportunity that's landing in your lap is something earmarked just for you. And it was 58:08 on the clock. This change that's coming in, 8:08, is an angel number of being on the right track. Like, this is for you. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. You know it's right. You know it's for you. You know the terms of it. You know what you need to step up into it. Don't doubt yourself. You've got everything it takes. It's going to turn out beautifully for you. Don't let anybody steal this opportunity from you by strong-arming you or shaming you for taking it or casting their judgments upon you. This is nothing but beauty coming into your life. You've earned it. You deserve it. It's your high honor. So don't let them take it from you.